From downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
We begin the special edition of 4 News Now with some breaking news here. In the last few hours, we've learned that former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. According to a statement from his personal office, the official diagnosis came Friday. Biden was evaluated last week for a new finding of a prostate nodule after experiencing increasing urinary symptoms. The cancer has already spread to his bones, and while this is a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, allowing for effective management. Biden and his family are now reviewing treatment options with doctors. We are turning now to a rope rescue that happened just after midnight in Spokane Valley on Sunday. And take a look at these photos from the Spokane Valley Fire Department. Crew members were dispatched to Stevens Creek Road just after midnight to help rescue a group of teenagers stuck on a rock formation near the Stevens Creek trailhead. One teen had fallen roughly 20 feet and suffered a leg injury. The rescue took 1.5 hours, but the technical rescue team was able to lower all 4 individuals safely to the ground. One teen was sent to the hospital to treat his leg, and the other 3 were able to go home to their parents. A house fire sparked up in a 4-plex in Hilliard on Saturday afternoon. On your screen, here's a look at the neighborhood today. 8 people were inside when it caught fire. One person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The building sustained significant water and fire damage. 5 adults and 3 children are being sheltered by the Red Cross for now. Still no word yet on how this fire started. Well, many children in our community face challenges that keep them from enjoying the Inland Northwest's attractions, like the Loof Carousel. A local nonprofit hosted its 2nd annual Sensory Day at the carousel, honoring a little girl who has passed away. Hunter Bertram has the story.
The iconic Loof Carousel is a cherished part of the Inland Northwest legacy, a true Spokane gem. For many families, it's a place where kids can have fun, laugh and smile. But for some, it's inaccessible.
She wanted to ride the horses that go in a circle, and I thought, oh, we can't do it here because it's just way too loud.
The carousel can be too loud and flashy for some kids, but today that changed. And as the Loof Carousel spins around this afternoon, you're going to notice something different. Have a listen. That's right, there's no music, no bell, and no flashing lights.
So we are having our 2nd annual accessible, accommodating, and inclusive event here at the carousel.
Julie German Murray launched this mission as part of her foundation, the Rosalie Murray Memorial Foundation. This is Rosalie, who passed away at 3 years old and had special needs.
So we decided for her birthday to make the carousel more accessible to anyone who wants to come.
It just puts them in front, you know, instead of having to have them be at the last or the end of the line, they get to be at the front of the line, and as a parent, that's awesome.
In Riverfront Park, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Story by our Hunter Bertram there. And here's a live look outside downtown Spokane today. The rain has subsided for now. You can see the wind still pretty active out there today. This rain not supposed to last all week. We'll send things to Jason Valentine, who joins us to kind of help plan this work week. Jason.
So it's going to start tomorrow with some more shower activity, but changes afoot and warmer temperatures, Jordan. We've been waiting for that.
Yes, we have.
Let's take a look outside. And folks, we are looking at, again, on and off showers throughout our evening. Still some threatening looking clouds, but we're not going to see that push that we saw last night, especially in the middle of the torchlight parade last night. So we're kind of on the wake of a number of showers that are happening in the Montana area and up in Canada. So we just have some random little showers that are going to rumble through. Again, they're going to be quick if they come to you. Nothing sustained like we saw last night, but we do expect to see a little bit more sustained showers as we get into our Monday. But let's talk about our temperatures. We are very chilly today, about 10 degrees below our average for our high. Highs right around 55, 56. Tomorrow will be 57, but we're going to steadily warm up and get back to our average. This is the first time we've seen our average temperatures since the Friday before Bloomsday. It's been that long. And then we're going to be looking at nice conditions as we head into, can you believe it, next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. So our evening planner, we are going to be looking at a little bit more cloud coverage overnight, a little bit subsiding by tomorrow morning, but don't be surprised. We do have more shower activity on the way tomorrow in the afternoon and maybe thunderstorms in the evening. I'll tell you all about it. That's in my full forecast. It's coming up later in the show.
All right, looking forward to that, Jason. Thanks for that. A Spokane food bank is getting some help from the Extreme team to move into a new building. The food bank says they wouldn't be able to make the move happen without a lot of help. Derek Strom spoke with volunteers about continuing their mission of feeding the community.
Place is just going to be so immaculate, beautiful.
Many of the people Caritas Food Bank helps are immigrants who are new to the area and need help settling into their new home. Some are people who are underemployed or have fallen on hard times.
2 Thursdays ago, we had a gentleman that had come in and he said, you know, this is the last day that I will hopefully be here because I have a full-time job now.
The food bank serves dozens of people every week at its location next to the City Light Church, but the small space limits how much food it can store and how many people it can serve at a time.
Currently, we can only serve about 3 people at a time just because of the narrowness of the aisles and stuff, and so hopefully we'll be able to serve more people at a time, and that will then allow us to rotate people through more efficiently.
Caritas had its sights set on a new space on Ash and Wellesley, but didn't have the funding to renovate the space and expand its services. That's when Caritas found out it had been selected as one of the Extreme Team's projects.
With what they were able to do with painting the walls and the floors and refinishing the kitchen cabinets and doing all that kind of stuff, it created the opportunity for us to now move into this much larger and hopefully better facility.
Ray says if it weren't for the work of the Extreme Team, they wouldn't be able to move from this facility here to this brand new facility with way more storage space that'll allow them to serve a growing need in this community. The volunteers at Caritas say one of the most rewarding parts of volunteering is helping people get back on their feet so they don't need to come to the food bank anymore. That includes volunteers like Kaylin Bull, who first came to Caritas as a client.
I see the clients and I'm like, man, I was there. I was in that position and you know, I'm not now because I don't need to be.
In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, Mark Peterson and the Extreme team will begin remodeling the new facility Monday morning, and 4 News Now will be covering their progress all week long. And we now know more information tonight about the explosion outside a California fertility clinic. Local authorities saying yesterday's car explosion appears to be an act of terrorism. The blast was so powerful it injured at least 4 people, killed 1 in severely damaged buildings spanning multiple blocks. Smoke was seen billowing out of the fertility clinic. The damage was widespread, leaving scattered roof shingles, and reports of shaking were felt across the city. FBI Los Angeles has shared a photo of 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus, who they've identified as the primary suspect in the targeted explosion.
Terrorism came knocking on the door of Palm Springs. We survived.
The car exploded in the parking lot of the American Reproductive Center, which describes itself as the area's first and only full-service fertility center and IVF lab. The center says it's grateful that no team members were harmed and all eggs, embryos, and reproductive materials remain undamaged. After the break, here the story behind this Mexican Navy ship crashing into the Brooklyn Bridge. Witnesses describe the dramatic scene. Plus, there are a few construction projects beginning tomorrow that could impact your way to work. We've got the details to make sure that you make it to your morning meeting on time.
Luckily, no showers will be interrupting your way to work tomorrow for your commute, but it could on your way home tomorrow evening as on and off showers continue in our areas. I'll get you the rundown in my first alert weather forecast. That's next on 4 News Now Special Edition. Stick with us on this Sunday.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
At Renewal by Andersen, we don't believe in one size fits all. Each of our windows and doors are custom built right here in the USA to perfectly fit your home. Made with Fibrex, they're twice as strong as vinyl and engineered for durability. Skilled American workers craft every frame, every pane, every detail. They're made to order specifically for your home, not off a shelf. That's the Renewal by Andersen way. So whether you're upgrading your windows or transforming your patio or entryway, you're investing in American craftsmanship. Built for your home, built to last. Custom built in the USA.
Traveling is so exciting that you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel are here.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Make sure you're prepared so you can relax and enjoy your flight.
Real ID has arrived.
The swimsuit season has arrived, and that means extra time in the gym to look good this summer at Move Fitness.
Time to get it on.
From squats and lunges for the booty to curls for the girls, Move Fitness has the classes and machines to make this summer your best. And you can get it all for about $1 a day.
Time to get it on.
Move Fitness.
Well, there are 2 construction projects in downtown Spokane and the East Central neighborhood that you should plan your Monday commute around. Be sure to expect some lane reductions on both Stevens and Washington while crews work on the final phase of the grind and overlay project. Now, this is specifically between Spokane Falls Boulevard and 3rd Avenue, right in the heart of downtown there. Businesses will remain accessible while this work continues through July. As a part of a Safe Routes to Schools pedestrian improvement project near Francis Scott Elementary, Hartson Avenue will be closed Monday through Friday next week, and there will still be local access on Hartson, but through traffic will be detoured to 2nd and 3rd Avenue. But usually the return of construction projects means that warmer weather can't be far behind.
It can't be far behind. And I said it earlier. Remember Bloomsday, we were just like, hey, it's cooling down. It was 80 degrees on Friday, and it's cooling down for Bloomsday. Well, those cooler temperatures never left us.
No, they really did stick around, didn't they?
But they're finally getting out. I guess with the construction, it's a good sign. Yeah. Good Sunday, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend. We do have scattered showers throughout the Spokane vicinity. In Coeur d'Alene, we're a little warmer, 54 right now, and could see a shower or 2 as well. Better chance, though, will be tomorrow. So PM scattered showers for all of our areas. A slow warming trend starting Tuesday. And in and out showers on Monday and drier after Monday, though. Tuesday could see a little bit of shower activity. It would be very quick, a little bit more sustained showers and a chance of thunder showers for your Monday. So I'll get to that timing in a bit. So here's a macro look at the Northwest, and quite a bit of shower activity remaining in many parts of Montana and moving up into Canada. We're kind of in the wake of those showers. So we're just seeing a little bits of showers, and we haven't seen any lightning in our areas, but there was a little bit in Kennewick, a little bit in Colville earlier today. So we're just seeing wave after wave of quick showers, and that's going to continue for the next couple of hours. So looking at our forecast radar as we move into our evening hours, again, more chances of showers, and that's going to move out. As we get to tomorrow morning, our commute will be very nice, but as we get to the late morning, early afternoon, look at this wall of showers going down even into Oregon. That is going to move through swiftly. And then look at these heavy cells, some red. So that it means possibilities of thunderstorms tomorrow evening. Of course, Chris Crocker will guide you through that tomorrow evening. And again, good chance of some showers. And then as we head into Tuesday, just scattered shower possibilities, so we'll keep an eye on that, but should be drier, and then we'll be looking at those drier conditions on the way. So winds, we've been seeing quite a bit of wind action. Coeur d'Alene 24-mile-per-hour gusts. We're in the teens for the rest of our areas. Winds should slow down a bit tomorrow. Still, when those showers come, especially if it's T-storms, we could see a little bit of gusts there. So current temperatures, we are chilly in Spokane, 48 right now, 54 in Coeur d'Alene. Look at our friends in the Tri-Cities, 67. That is quite a difference. And here's the difference from yesterday. You thought yesterday was cool? We're in the double digits of cooler temperatures for much of the Inland Empire. So I do promise, though, warmer temperatures are on the way. Now, this is a look at not this coming week, but the week following, Memorial Day week. We're going to have above average temperatures. That is very good news. Could see return of the mid-70s to maybe 80 degrees. We'll keep an eye on that. So good chance of those showers off and on, just like our weekend as we get into our work week. Again, a straggler of shower or two for Tuesday. Back to 60, then we just incrementally get warmer. Maybe a little bit cooler on our Saturday. But as we get into Memorial Day weekend, partly cloudy skies, overnight lows mid to lower 40s, getting warmer overnights as well as we move along in the week. So get ready for off and on showers tomorrow. Your commute will be fine. And then those warmer temperatures on the way, setting up a nice Memorial Day week the week following.
Take a look at this. The dramatic moment a Mexican Navy ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. Caught on video here. The ship was carrying 277 people. At least 2 people were killed in the collision. Investigators are still learning more about what happened. And you can see the boat approaching the bridge, making its way underneath, and then the masts slamming into the side of the bridge, crumbling. Some crew members were seen hanging off those broken masts.
Someone was dangling from the top. They were trying to pull him up. There was a bunch of people up top.
And the training ship had been docked at a nearby pier and had just departed for its journey to Iceland. The NYPD says the ship lost power and began heading in the wrong direction before striking the bridge. The NTSB is now investigating and working with the Mexican government, while officials are confirming the bridge is still safe to drive on. Around the world here, tens of thousands crowded St. Peter's Square to watch Pope Leo XIV's inaugural Mass. The inaugural Mass was attended by European royalty and world leaders, including U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also in attendance, shaking hands with the new Pope. Pope Leo ended the Mass by calling for just and lasting peace in Ukraine and offering prayers for Gaza. The 69-year-old pontiff is originally from Chicago and holds dual citizenship in the U.S. and Peru.
Well, the Mariners swept one of the top teams in the National League. Coming up next in sports, we've got the highlights from today's dominant win, plus we're checking in on the Spokane velocity. That's all after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks. Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision. But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA. Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre. Nope, just the facts.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for almost $1 a day to get your body sculpted for the swimsuit season.
So according to Mr. Washington, we deserve a little room upgrade.
That won't be necessary.
Okay. How about a second opinion from the other Mr. Washington.
Are you a Camus Rewards member?
Yeah. Why?
It's the only local players card that gives you the lowest possible rates on rooms and room upgrades, not to mention food and drinks throughout the property.
So I'm taking these back, right?
Membership matters with Camus Rewards, only at Northern Quest.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Well, earlier this month, the Mariners won their 9th series in a row. That was their longest streak since 2001. And after dropping a few games, the streak finally restarts today. A sweep against the San Diego Padres proves the Mariners are playing some legit baseball, and it doesn't seem like a fluke. The Padres were the first on the board again today, but Randy Arozarena takes care of that quickly. His ball is a goner to left field, and that ties things up at 1 apiece in the 4th inning. Sticking in the 4th, Miles Mastrobuoni coming up to bat for the Mariners. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Mastrobuoni with a ground ball, but he turns on the Jets. He's safe at first while batting in another run for Seattle. So that's 3 runs in the 4th for the Mariners. Brian Wu was on the mound for 7 innings. He's pitched at least 6 in all 9 of his starts and has another great outing today. Second baseman Leo Rivas with that stellar grab. He slings the ball across his body to target. To Randy Tellez at first. We're going to show it to you again in slow motion. The Mariners stretch the lead into the 9th inning as well with the final score of 6-1, sweeping a big NL West team in San Diego. And it's a big confidence booster before a quick turnaround in Chicago. They take on the White Sox starting tomorrow at 6:40. The Spokane Indians are just getting started in their finale against the Eugene Emeralds. Top of the 4th right now. Eugene leads 1-0. Spokane returns home on Tuesday against Tri-City. And checking in on the Spokane Velocity, who kicked off at One Spokane Stadium this afternoon. We're just wrapping up the first half. But Spokane has been down a man since the 13th minute after picking up a red card. So they're kind of lucky with the 0-0 right now. They're leaving a window of opportunity for the Richmond Kickers. Right now, the Velocity are first in USL League One standings. The Oklahoma City Thunder are moving on to the conference finals after a massive win against Denver this afternoon. The series was forced to a Game 5 after the Nuggets won at home in Game 6. Taking things back to OKC was just enough motivation, and the Thunder star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander added 35 points to their overwhelming 125 to 93 win. 4 teams remain, Jordan. Your Nuggets are not one of them.
I know. Jokic said it best. There's going to be probably a lot of beer for the team the next couple of days after that. Was
He would say that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just ready to go home for the summer.
So it's going to be Pacers and Knicks fighting for the East, Timberwolves, Thunder fighting for the West. Kind of some unprecedented teams, maybe,
kind of
for
some
this
new
Final
blood
Four?
in this. Yeah, I think we're excited to not see the Celtics in there again. You know what I mean? Who do you got though?
Well, I was not excited not having the Warriors, but maybe the Pacers are fun.
Indy, take it home.
Who knows?
Why not? That'd be fun to see. All right, well, we'll be keeping an eye on that. Thank you, Sydney. By this time next week, some good news. You and your family will be able to head to the Idaho-Montana border and ride on what's known as the crown jewel of the rail-to-trail conversion. And we're talking, of course, about the route of the Hiawatha, which opens for the season on the 23rd. In this week's Air 4 Venture, we're giving you a bird's-eye view of this beloved trail.
Welcome to the Hiawatha. The Hiawatha is America's most scenic rails to trails conversion. You've got condensed into a 15-mile, mostly downhill path. You've got 7 sky-high trestles, 10 tunnels, 9 of the tunnels which you ride through. And the first one, which you see here, is the Taft Tunnel. It's 1.661 miles long, and it is dark. Some of the tunnels are curved, most of them are straight. Some of them are reinforced with cement, and others are just naturally left the way they were chipped out of the earth.
In St. Louis, we do a lot of bike riding on rails to trails, but let me just say, there's nothing like this there. It was terrific between the tunnels and the trestles. Wow. rode this about 17 years ago, so not long after it opened. So we wanted to come back.
Well, I think some of the history is what I find really interesting, and the scenic beauty. So when you get up on top of Kelly Creek Trestle, which is the longest trestle, and it's also the highest at 230 feet up, you're able to look way up a valley and know that there was a mill at the far end. They built this railroad back in the day to harvest all the virgin timber that was here. This was known as the most beautiful section of railroad in the country when it was first established back in 1909.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
How's it look so far? Comfortable?
Yes. Times and places all in who you share them with. Joy.
I got in.
Who you share it with.
This is a great use of your home equity.
Who you share it with.
In the Korean War, Fred served his country with honor. Then he came home to serve his community, opening Fred's Appliance, a store built on trust, family, and service. 63 years later, we're still family-owned, still local, and still here for you. This Memorial Day, we honor those who served, like Fred, and invite you to check out what's on sale. Swing into Fred's today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Because the best memories are made when you're home together. And when it's time for peace and quiet, you can count on Renewal by Andersen to keep your family safe and comfortable. This month, we're making your home brighter and your life easier with a deal you can't miss. Buy 5 windows and you'll get a stunning new ensemble entry door or beautiful patio door. 5 windows, 1 door, 0 stress. Our windows feature coatings that help balance indoor temperatures and shield your home from sun damage. And thanks to advanced weatherproofing and a durable mortise lock system, our premium doors seal out drafts and lock in peace of mind. Join more than 1 million homeowners who recommend Renewal by Andersen. Upgrade your home with the quality it deserves. Schedule a complimentary consultation today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Grins and Giggles Family Dentistry.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, after on and off showers for your weekend, they return for your Monday. Could even see some evening thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-50s, but warmer temperatures on the way, Jordan.
All right. Hey, today at midnight, that's the deadline if you want a guaranteed spot at Hoop Fest this year, guys.
Get on it.
Get those sign-ups in ahead of time. Okay, stay with us. We'll see you tonight. Close out the weekend at 11 o'clock.